Today we're going to continue to take a look at a scenario recently saw. We are on episode 5 of the series, and in the last episode we saw expansion by the green team as well as the movement of the yellow team, and the big thing, we saw the first major war begin. That is the Corn War, or the War of the Ancients, whatever you want to call it. This war will move us from the ancient era to the age of expansion. So if you enjoyed this video, please sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and let's get right in. Before we take a look at the war, I'm gonna just mention some stuff. The red team and the blue team, as well as the orange team, did convert to monarchies after probably like 2 episodes ago. And for our daily yellow team update for this episode, before we get on, we see them send boats into the Gulf of California, and they explore all of this Baja California land over here, and we see them take over all of this. Also, another thing I'm going to mention is that this is take 2 of recording this video because the first take was kind of bad. So now continuing with the war, we see the red team continue their invasion into the Venezuelans. And as I said in the last episode, you can see that the red team is on one side, which is the Green Gear Alliance, and these two are on one side, which is the Triangle Alliance. Continuing down on this front, we see red team continue to make expansions across this front, going very along this river a lot, and also capturing this river as well. We'll see this front continue, and the red team forces get very close, right up to the orange team city. The red team comes up very close to the Venezuelan's capital. But do you think these two are just pushed over? No. As we see reinforcements start coming up, and we see the Venezuelans end up and start pushing back, sieging this city. We also see the green team push back over here. We also see the Ecuadorians begin an invasion of their own into the red team. They go actually quite far, reaching this river over here. In the same area, we also see the Venezuelans begin their invasion of the red team. So we see this front over here actually going into the advantage of the Triangle Alliance. Looking how their allies kind of struggling, we see Mexico make an initiative. That is that they start an invasion, amphibious invasion of the Colombians, quickly capturing this city. But soon after this happens, we see Puerto Rico join up in the Triangle Alliance. This is because they have extremely good relations with Colombia, Venezuela, but not with Mexico. To further supply their ally down here, we see them actually start just taking all of the lesser Antilles, and now they have a direct supplying route. It makes it easier for the Venezuelans to push back the red team in this city. They recapture a lot of this lost land, capturing this island as well. But it's not all good and sunshines and rainbows for them, as we see the red team continue their adventure actually down this river right here. Also continue up here, and we also see Mexico start retreating their forces, and we just have a small stronghold here now. Now Mexico, they have a new foe right here, and in order to fight them easily, they first take over all of Jamaica, and then we see a naval battle commencing right here in this area, and that actually marks a period of like stalemate, and this stalemate will last on for 1 year, where none of the countries can progress any further until we see Mexico winning in this front. And first they take over and invade this island, and they make small landings around the Puerto Rican Hispaniola, and they also make a landing very close to the Puerto Rican capital, and they also hold a siege to it. This will of course cut funding from the Puerto Ricans, so we do see more invasions into this country. We sieging this city again. Over here, because of the distraction, we do see green team be able to push back, but not a lot because like the city is quite fortified. Continue to push inside the green team, of course, there was the great stalemate that just happened, and in order to not let another stalemate happen, they're gonna make an initiative. They're gonna not put it into plan right now. They are working on it. Continuing to take a look at this front, we do see the Puerto Ricans managed to pick out Mexico from their main island, but they just gave up on Hispaniola and now just fully invaded by the Mexicans. Over here, we do see the red team push into this area. The green team is able to push back along this area over here, capturing a lot of this land. Even in starting an invasion over here in this part of the red team, I think this distraction kind of dealt with. We are going to see the purple team continue their landing and invasion this area of the orange team in this front. They also make a landing on the Pacific coast of the Venezuelans, and they also siege the city over here. You can see green team success in this front, and the red team actually starts pushing back in this front a lot more. The green team is soon to push them back and like invading into this area and encircling the red troops over here. And this, of course, a big loss for the red team. And they immediately fire the uh, general who worked on this front, and they actually put a brand new general into this area, and that is the son of the king of the red team. He is extremely good pushing back a lot against the red team, but in a fateful battle on this river right here, he ends up getting killed, and the green team actually ends up winning that. And this is of course a big morale loss for the red team and a great morale boost for the green team. So we see the green team continue their invasion, but like, they're not able to like cut off this area anymore. And we see oddly the green team start retreating from the front line, especially over here and down here. Also over here, the red team is able to make pushbacks. That's because they have gathered their best soldiers for a trip, an expedition of sorts. The green team knows that this sea over here and this are the exact same. So if they're able to go across the coast, they will be able to invade the blue team because the blue team has actually been slacking off in this war, and they have noticed that there's not enough blue team equipment and enough blue team troops fighting in this front, and they have noticed that the green team troops along with explorers go up this coast over here, continue all the way up to this coast until they reach this country. And if you know this country was formed by lost explorers from the blue team, but like, they also kind of like hated the government, so they will allow the people, the troops, to stay in their country. They will allow them to be like stationed in this country, and then on one fateful day in no, in 190 BC, I want to say it's been 10 years since the war started, and of course, not a lot happened because this is a very early war. We see the green team soldiers move out from here, continuing on coast to coast, stopping at many spots on the way, and because of this, we end up seeing the green team making a landing right here in the southern tip of the blue team. And they don't even notice that they are even there, and they only notice that they are even here till they get all of this land, and they're like, well, nah, the green team has came all the way over here just to invade us. So we see the red team taking away troops from this front line, and like they're all the way down to just this area. We also see them pulling out troops from this front over here, making them able to capture their city back, and they actually completely retreat out of the Venezuelan country. They also are able to like kind of come in and do something like that. Because of this, we are going to start seeing the blue team start pushing back against green team in this area, and like this is like this occupation is like extremely horrible because like they're not feeding the people properly. Let's take a look at it a bit later. We'll take a look over here. Yeah, the purple team are able to break the naval front line, and they just absolutely obliterate the Puerto Rican country. Like these guys are not sending troops down here to help. Instead, they're like focusing on wiping out the Puerto Ricans. That's exactly what they do, as they completely take them out. We also see them begin an invasion of the orange team in this area, actually even landing on the mainland. And over here, the thing is, this occupation is super brutal. People are pillaging these towns and cities, and the people here aren't really happy. They rise up in support of the blue team, and soon this entire they just flee away from there. Just go to this country. After seeing the massive victory that happened over here, we see troops recon over in this area and start to push back because now like, they defended that. Like, the nationalism in this country has risen a lot. We see continued invasions from the red team inside the green team, and we also see the red team be able to push back over here. They're also able to re-enter into the Venezuelan country. They recapture the city, and Venezuela is kind of cooked at this point. I don't know, but this is the second time I do this, so like the Alliance layer has already like kinda like spoiled it. But at this point, we see Hawaiians joining on this war. That's because they absolutely hate the Ecuadorians because they hate that they didn't come looking after them even when they got lost. Like these guys kind of forgot about their existence. So that's why we see the Hawaiians after a very long trek, after a very long voyage across the sea, managed to take over the uh, Galapagos Islands. And this people here are actually very keen on the Hawaiians because they knew about those lost explorers, the Galapagos. They told the Ecuadorian government many times, they never listened, and like stories about this are starting to be like published within this and being publicized, and a lot of people in this more popular area of the Ecuadorians are getting very frustrated at the government. We see the team be able to like push back against that. We also see like the purple team continue their offensive over here as the Venezuelans like kind of collapsing right now. We also see an invasion by the Mexicans into Ecuador, quickly capturing this city over here. And the Ecuadorians are able to push back, and they're like, "You guys, we are a powerful country, yeah." And but that just Mexico, so I don't know what you're saying. If the red team and the blue team told this country, "Hey, just get the green team troops out of your country, or else we're going to invade you," they're like, "Okay, we are going to be doing that." So they kicked the red team, they kicked the Ecuadorian troops out of their country, and these troops are furious. And once they land back in Uruguay, we see this military rebellion quickly take over the entire Uruguay area of this country, and they are also able to gain support within this other area of this country. The OG Ecuadorian government is able to push back, looking at the failure of of their government. The people are just like absolutely furious. So in the more populated areas of the Ecuadorian country, and if you take a look at the provinces, you can say that the Ecuadorian area is actually the most populated area of Ecuador. Of course. And we see major rebellions start happening across the this area over here, and this quickly encircles the capital. And of course, like there is not like emails or anything. Like they also have a naval Caesar over here. Like these guys are not able to like give information to the troops, and now the troops are extremely confused. Right now, like the country's falling so much that they just like, okay, let's just surrender, and we end up seeing all of this like area right here in Ecuador end up surrendering to the red team. Let's see, this area just get controlled by them. We continue to see the purple team go across the coast, capturing this city, actually, and cutting off like, this area from the main area of Colombia. We see Colombia's government kind of, we see Venezuela's kind of government kind of fail as the victim kind of just captures the capital and the most important areas, and basically just the rest of the country surrenders. And the occupation zones of the Venezuelans are going to look something like this. Now we see basically the death of the Ecuadorians. We continue to see rebellions happen across these major cities all the way down, even all the way down over here. Soon most of the country falls, only leaving the capital city where we see the green team surrender. And that is the end of this war. And the remaining government officials just flee to Argentina. Where I heard this before. This is Ecuador from Triangle Lines. We officially see the end of the Clone War or the War of the Ancients. Take a look at this map. This is the map before the war. Take a nice good look at it because it's about to change in 3, 2, 1. This is a peace treaty, and I'm going to do a big breakdown of this real quick. First off, this kind of happened during the war, so yeah, Mexico gets Jamaica, and for the splitting of Puerto Rico, we see Hispaniola go over to Mexico as well as half of Puerto Rico, while the other half, as well as the Lesser Antilles, went over to the Red Team. Now, of course, the Red Team expanded a bunch. They took the most important areas of the Venezuelans, as well as they took this uh, coastal land, this land from all this land from the Green Team, now giving them a coast on the Pacific Ocean, and we also took two provinces down here of the Colombians. Now taking a look at all these brand new countries that form, we see this lime Ecuadorian one, which is like the new Ecuadorian government. We see this blue Peru one, we see this pink Peru, we see this brown Chile, Bolivia country right here. And then we see the remnants of the green team over here in Argentina. And we see Uruguay military dictatorship country. Taking a look at ideologies of these new countries, these guys are a monarchy, but not the same monarchy as the one from the before the war. And these guys have a brand new monarchy. These three are dictatorships, and this one is a military dictatorship. And taking a look at alliance, yeah, of course, the entire Triangle Alliance was abolished during the war, and also the Year Alliance got abolished because well, that was just an alliance to combat the Triangle Alliance. And that's it for this episode. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 50 subscribers, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this work because I really did. And let's and let me see you in the next one.